What's going on, guys? What's up, YouTube? Coming at you at a little break here in Wyoming. And I'm right here at Lincoln Head, so I'm about to go downhill. So I figured I'd go ahead and start this video. I didn't park over at the monument place. It's behind me here, where that truck right there is coming from. I just parked on the shoulder, done a quick little workout, and get some blood flowing. Fixed me a sandwich and some chips. I ate a little lunch, and now I want to talk about something that needs to be addressed a little more in the trucking industry. I don't know if you guys can see me. I got the phone turned around because when I get rolling, I'm gonna face it in the direction I'm traveling. Let you guys see what Wyoming looks like coming down the hill from Lincoln Head. It's real pretty up here. Anyway, I was reading a blog a little while ago about depression in the trucking industry nowadays, and seems more and more. It seems like the numbers keep going up. That depression keeps rising in the trucking industry. So let me go ahead and throw my 2 cents in there. Let's go ahead and turn this around. See if I can get you guys set up. Hold on, bear with me here. Yeah. All right, let's kick the shoes off, get down in the socks. Get ready to get this truck on down the road. Maybe I won't miss no gears. Like my last video, show you guys my driving. Okay. Let's talk about depression in the trucking industry. And guys, I've been out here a long time, man. I've been driving too damn long. But you know what? Anytime you see me, I'm gonna have a smile on my face. Well, not necessarily. A lot of times I keep that look on my face like I'm in a bad mood, so I don't get messed with out here in the truck stops and stuff. But that's just the front. Try to keep people from bothering me. Let's see if I can roll you up here. But all in all, I mean, I'm a happy guy. I love what I do. I enjoy what I do. And along the way, I've met a lot of people that enjoyed and loved what they done. Let's see here. All right, getting back on this highway. Well, there we go. That missed the gear splitting on me shit. But anyway, I've run across a lot of people, met a lot of people that in this industry that loved and enjoyed what they'd done. Like myself, I enjoy what I do. There's no depression, no upset. Damn, I might have to fix that mount. It's getting a little shaky on you guys. I enjoy what I do. I've always enjoyed it. And a lot of the people, when I first came into the industry, most of the people I've met along the way that enjoyed what they've done, they enjoyed the lifestyle, the truck driving, they enjoyed it all, they enjoyed the travel. They found ways to get around home time and family, which I'll touch on that in a minute. They all seem to still be in the industry. But along the way, the people that I've met that didn't like it, that wasn't for them, they was only doing it for one reason, and that was just for the income. They didn't have no passion about it. The income was the sole reason they was into the trucking industry. Let me see if I can adjust you a little more. Got some bug smears right there. I'm not trying to put that all on you. Give you something pretty to look at. But the guys that didn't like the industry, that hated the job, they done it as a job, as a means to make money. And they was always depressed, they was always miserable. They didn't like it. They didn't have a family at home that supported them. They they didn't have the balance they needed to be successful at doing this. I mean, listen, it's just cut to the chase. Some people is meant to do it. Some people can do it. Some people can't. But I think what I've noticed over the last, especially the last 10 years, a lot of old timers has gotten out of the industry. They've came up to retire, and they've got in health issues or retirement, what have you, and they've got out of the industry. And what you have in the last 10 years a whole flux of drivers that's came into the industry, all because they knew somebody who drove a truck, and they knew they made good money. So they came into the driving a truck all for the money. And I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're into driving a truck for the money, your career's gonna be short-lived. You're gonna hate every second of it. So you cannot do truck driving for the money. And most time, it's gonna take you a couple of years to work up to the money anyway. So these guys these newcomers are going to have to realize, just because they got a buddy that's been driving for say 3 years and they make top dollar at what they do, you can't come out of the gate and do what they're doing. It's going to take you some years. So you're going to really have to love what you do, because you're going to have to pay your dues. Hey, y'all see that deer right there? You're going to have to really pay your dues. And it's just part of the game. That's just how it is. That's in any industry or profession. But shit, I'm getting off topic here. Get back on topic. The people that I've met along the way that love what they do, I mean, hell, half of them that hadn't retired are still doing it. I've got friends, for the last 17, 18 years that drove, and they still drive, same as I. But they enjoy it. They like it. They don't bitch about it. They don't complain. It is what it is. They enjoy it, and they're happy at what they do. They got a passion about what they do. They take pride in what they do. And then you got the influx of new drivers that don't have the passion to do it. They're just chasing the money because they don't want to do anything else. And then they realize that this ain't the life for them. So what happens there a lot of times, I've noticed, is people get into the truck driving. They're used to working at McDonald's, someplace like that, where they're making minimum wage, and then they get in a truck, and next thing you know, they're knocking out $800-900 a year or a week. They're making $30,000 to $40,000 a year. They're making good money. And what does most people do when they start making good money? They go ahead and spend up that money in a form of credit. They get the nice house, they get the nice car, the credit cards, they out showboating and making it rain. They take on a lot of debt, therefore leaving them stuck at what they're doing unless they want to file bankruptcy. So that's where I think a lot of this stems from, on the depression. People get into the industry and they don't have a passion about it. They don't like it. They don't take pride in what they do. So every mile they turn is basically hell for them. And now they're in debt, and now they're stuck because they can't go back home to McDonald's or Walmart or Kroger or just get an entry-level job somewhere and pay for the lifestyle that they've done finance for themselves. So they're stuck in the industry unless they want to file bankruptcy. But let's just say we've avoided all of that, and you think you want to drive a truck, you want to drive a truck. Now you just need to know how to drive that truck and not get burnt out. I mean, some people say it. I mean, I've done it. I do it every now and again. When I need to stack up some money, I come out here and I just run weeks on end, and I won't go home. Or if I do go home, I just jump in. Holy shit, man, my mind's playing a trick on me. I looked up at the camera and seen that truck up there, that tanker. And my mind automatically, my subconscious mind automatically thought mirror. The next thing you know, I'm looking beside me like, where the hell's that truck? And then, blonde moment, I guess. Oh, shit. Okay, let's say you're past the deal of driving a truck, and you like driving a truck, and you want to stay successful, and you want to stay happy and not get burned out. You're going to need two factors in that arena there. And I've done it. It's like I was saying a minute ago before I got sidetracked with the camera, thinking it was a mirror. Every now and again, I come out here and I run hard. I stay out for a couple weeks at a time, or I run a month, and then the only time I go home is just to get a reset. Then I'm just out the door. I'm gone. But a lot of people do that. They go to these companies, and the companies want them to stay out like 20, 21 days at a time. They give them off, then they give them a week off or 2-3 days off. You're spending 80% of the time in your truck in a box, and you really get burned out. As soon as you get burned out, oh man, every mile is dreadful. I've been there, I've done it. That's how I've formulated my own little plan that works for me, and you may be able to utilize it yourselves. But if that's the case, you get burned out, you're with a company, you're spending 80% of your time, 90% of your time in a truck. Now, granted, when you first come into the industry, you're going to have to do that to buy you some time, to get you some experience. But by 6 months, I'd be looking for another opportunity to get out of what situation you're in. If you're at one of those deals where every week you're out, you get 1 day off. I mean, that's straight out of, that's nonsense. But at 6 months, I'd be looking for a different opportunity and getting out of that situation. But let's say you're past all of that and you're saying, Sammy, tell me, how do you avoid getting burned out? How do you take pride in what you do? How do you keep the passion and enjoy what you do? And it's simple. A lot of guys covered this a couple months ago, and I was watching the videos thinking, man, y'all need to add one thing to that. And they was right, but I'm going to add my little thing to it. They said you need a family to stand behind you, which is very true. If the wife was harping on me to get off this road or hating me being on this road, you know what I'd do? I'd come off the road. I'd be home running local. That's critical. You got to have family that supports you. If you're married, you really got to put together a plan and shoot for it. And my plan is to shoot for it, hit it hard, and then get out of it where I ain't got to run like that all the time. So everybody has their own plans. So it's critical. You got to have a family that stands behind you. But number two that I'm going to add to that, and I'm going to add this to about everything you do in life. Just as important as having a family backing you, this is up to you, your responsibility. You need to find balance. And what I mean by that is, if you work for a company and 90% of your time is in that truck and 10% is at home, there's no balance there. It's only a matter of a short time before you get burned out and you're going to hate everything that trucking has to offer. You're going to hate it. Trust me, I've been there. You got to have balance. You got to mix it up. You got to have as close to 50-50 work home as you can. However much time you spend out on the road, you need that same amount of time at home with the family. You got to have balance. If you don't have balance, man, you're going to get off camber there, and you're going to grow to really hate the industry. And once that happens, you're not going to have no passion in what you do anymore, and you're not going to have to take pride in what you do. And the moment you quit taking pride in what you do, that's the moment you're on a downward spiral. So, guys, excuse me, to help throw my 2 cents in there and try to help with the growing level of depression in the trucking industry, try your best to stay and live well below your means. Just because you're making $40,000 a year, 50 or 100, I don't care if it's 200,000. Do not live like that money is there week in, week out, month in, month out, year in, year out. Because once you get burnt out and you don't like running as hard as you had to run to get that, once that sets in, then you're going to realize, hey, I'm stuck. I got the new car, I got the wife's car, new house, kids in the private school, whatever the case. Now you're stuck. So every time you're on that truck, it's unpleasant. It's only a short amount of mileage before depression starts kicking in. So guys, let that be fair warning and advice from my own personal experience. Stay well below your means. Don't get stuck. Work out a perfect home balance. If you're on the road for 7 days, have it where you can at least come home for 7 days. You need balance. That way you don't get burnt out. And if you don't have a family to support you, oh man, you're just gonna have to find your local job. There ain't no way around that. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get off here and try to enjoy the rest of Wyoming, and hope this rain clears up. It is 54 degrees, so I ain't gotta worry about no snow, but goodness, I'd rather it be dry. Anyway, guys, if it don't make sense, it don't make dollars. But if it don't make sense, then why are you doing it? Catch you guys in the next video. See you, bye.